Hi, Mark. Filling in for Dan as far as for the streamer.
Hi, Mark. Which team are you the captain of? I know you're a captain of one of them.
Sorry, Bob. I was having trouble finding stuff. I am with the Eradicators.
That's what I thought.
No.
That's what I figured.
Yeah, I'm a big skit comedy fan, so I try to take our names from comedy skits that I embraced over the years.
I think that's just fine. Dan has, I can't believe this, there's a pre-K graduation at his daughter's school. Now, I mean, of all contrived events to annoy parents in the middle of a work day.
Trust me, I'm in the middle of it. I have a 6-year-old and an 11-year-old, so my day working at Kaplan is a great blessing. I get to do things a lot of parents don't because of that, but it's tough.
Apparently not skip the pre-K graduation.
They do it up for those too. I've seen pictures of those where they have like cap and gown and yeah.
Maybe they just have such low expectations for the children's future. They figure this might be one of the last occasions they can celebrate.
That's great.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of bumper stickers for those.
No. My kid graduated from pre-K.
Right, which I'm pretty sure means you just were there.
My kid had a nightmare last night. That's a big event.
Yeah, well, these days, rewards for just meeting expectations isn't necessarily a bad idea considering so few do.
Well, I'm spending a lot of time now working on growth mindset, and I think it is better to give awards for effort than for achievement, for getting an A. An A is so subjective anyway. Mm-hmm. But it's recognition for just participating that I have a problem with. This participation, and then there's grit, really doing your best. And, I think people who fail should be celebrated, but not because they failed, but because they really tried.
Right.
That's my feeling.
I'm a bit of a Star Wars nerd, and a lot of people were upset with the movie previous to the most recent one because it kind of was a celebration of failure. Like the whole movie is people keep failing throughout the movie, but they miss that's the whole point. Like that's what Yoda is teaching Luke and all that. So it is an interesting point that's
most of us are going to fail or disappoint a lot more than we're going to triumph.
Yeah. As a med advisor, I tell my students, if you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough.
That's right. That's right. And the question becomes, if you fall off the horse, are you going to get back on again? Or are you going to try to blame somebody else? Or are you going to curse the system? We've lived long enough. The race goes to the person who just, I'm dealing with this like every hour on the hour since Monday's LSAT. This one guy says, I'm going to cancel because the admissions people are so officious that they're going to look at a bad score, even if I do well a second time, and I'm going to be DOA. How cynical do you have to be to figure that one crappy score is going to have that kind of, especially since the admissions people are the ones who got rid of averaging in the first place. They were the ones who pushed to have averages thrown out so that you could be, you could present yourself with your best score, not with a crummy one. The cynicism is just so rampant. So I spent a lot of time on his reply this morning. I said, get back up on the horse. You say you have a strong application. Don't cancel your score. I've sent you a protocol for how to examine Monday's test, question by question, so you can learn from it. And be a mensch, Get fierce, get bold. You think law schools want? And these people seem to think that law schools only admit stellar people with cookie cutter credentials. It's going to be that the norm is taking the test twice, not the exception. Hello, everyone. Sorry to bring the workplace into the TPT place, but TP2 too rewards growth mindset. And I got 5 wrong in a row, but I'm still going to buzz in. Well, maybe that's the wrong way to put it, but it's the right idea. Who is our captain for Taste the Brainbow? I've forgotten.
It is Brian Carledge.
Yeah. Oh, Brian.
Not with us today. Who wants to be captain designee?
I think it's you, Jen.
Alrighty. I asked, so fair enough.
Captain designee. It sounds like a character in a antebellum novel. Howdy, ma'am. I'm Captain Ethan Designee from the state of Virginia. Oh, Captain, you turn my... Our friend Dan Strafford is out at his daughter's pre-K graduation. So we have, I've forgotten who we have who's taking his place today. Is our Zoom producer?
Chris Montante.
Oh, Chris. Hi, Chris. Well, he's more than equal to the task. So, and Wilma Lynn, I guess you're our scorekeeper once again. I thought I saw Wilma Lynn here. The game code is 836, so be sure to log in. We're seeing a few names show up. And that's good. It sounds like somebody's doing topiary. What is that? What's all that clicking? Oh, that must be wrong. Getting stuff set up. Chris, do you want to have the option of if the teams are stumped, getting on mic and taking a stab? That's always the producer's choice. Wilma Lynn, too, is invited to do that.
Wilma Lynn will probably do better than me, but I will certainly try.
Well, you know, it adds a little bit of interest to see if somebody gets one of these things. These are two very good teams, though. I would not expect there to be a lot of stumpers. I'm not anticipating it. They've been through the far, as Captain Ethan Designee would say, and been through the far and been tested, so. Okay.
How do I make this chat go away? It's taking up too much of my screen.
I think you just click on the bottom button that says chat, or click in the upper right-hand corner, the X.
Cool, yeah, there it goes. I gotta get my buzzer side by side or I'm gonna have lots of issues.
Yeah, teams, you can still use the phone lines, but honestly, it's been a lot more fun for everyone, including the audience, if you all unmute and just let us hear the 10 seconds of chat. I promise to keep a poker face and not twinge or, you know, give a tell when somebody mentions the right answer. But it is more fun to, you know, so feel free to just unmute and talk among yourselves. Wilma Lynn, are we ready to go? Can whoever's doing all that clicking mute? I think, Mary, that might be you.
Yeah, it's probably me, sorry.
Okay, no,
I'm a very loud clicker.
No, I just thought somebody was doing topiary or something. It sounded like, okay, good. Wilma Lynn, you all set? Chris?
All set here, and it looks like Wilma Lynn is giving her thumbs up as well.
And I lost my buzzer. I can't find it. Hang on, give me 1 second. I have no idea where tab it's in.
Mary on Taste the Brainbow is trying to get her buzzer back in 836. While she does that, I want to welcome both teams and any audience members. I think you'll have a good time today watching the match. I hope the players will have a good time. We have the Eradicators, that's the red team, whose captain is Mark, versus Taste the Brainbow. I love our team names this year. So I must say Les Quizarable was certainly the head and shoulders winner. Taste the Brainbow, Jen is stepping in as the captain. We have 4 players on each team, which is always a good thing. And a reminder to both teams, and we'll all be watching this, a reminder that you're only allowed to buzz in a maximum of twice in each 5-question category. That includes our Kaplan crowdsourced potpourri, which comes in between the two, and any surprise substitutions that might emerge. Although I've looked over this board several times, I don't think we'll have any surprise substitutions unless we have a tech glitch that requires an extra change. So I think we're in good shape. Mari, you're all right? Thumbs up with your buzzer? Good. Can we just see has Wimbledon, Chris, have we seen everybody's buzzer check? I don't recall. All right, there's Adam. Mark, Megan, Dibs, Kristen, Emil, and Mari. Did we see yours? There she is. Okay, we're ready to go. I will address you, since we have 2 Marks and a lot of M's, I will just address you by whatever name I see out of the corner of my eye in the buzzer. Good luck, teams. Let's have some fun. Our first category begins with the word fun. It's fun with elements. Fun with elements. Remember, we go 1 to 5. The questions get progressively harder. It's up to you as to whether you want to hold back and wait for the bigger points or start your team off right away. Here we go, teams, with 1 point in fun with elements. The name of this element begins with a synonym for automobile. The name of this element, Jen.
Carbon.
First blood to the blue team, 1 point. Carbon is correct. Fun with elements for 2. This element, number 16 on the periodic table, has a pelt at the end of its name. This element, number 16 on the period, Mark?
Sulfur?
Sulfur. Fur is at the end. I think we can agree that the question writers have a very broad definition of what fun is, but fur is the pelt at the end. Sulfur. Okay, here we go. Fun with elements for 3. Mari, it looks like you've got a twister there. Is everything all right?
I have to get a plug to hardwire in. I'm getting a big lag with Wi-Fi. Sorry about that.
Oh, I know. It looked like your house was spinning and you were going to land on the Wicked Witch of the East.
Nope, just looking for this guy.
And your little dog, too. Okay, here we go. Am I right or what? This is so weird looking. Here we go for 3 points. Can't even look at that box. For 3 points, fun with elements. You'll find a short term for a graduate of a particular college in this abundant metallic element. Yamil?
Aluminum.
Aluminum is right. Or if you're in Britain, aluminium, which I never got. Fun with elements for 4. Atomic number 35. This element begins with the first name of Ichabod Crane's rival. Atomic number 35. Mari?
Bromine.
Bromine is right. Very good. Brom Bones, the romantic rival in the legend of Sleepy Hollow. Finally, fun with elements for 5. Oh, this element that's pH, in quotes, pH balanced, it has 2 of them, ends with the name of an Egyptian falcon god. Jen?
Phosphorus.
Phosphorus is right. Horus, the falcon god. Very nicely done. Okay, we're moving along. We go from fun with elements, which actually proved to be more fun than I anticipated, to 80s TV, which was a lot less fun than I anticipated as I remember it, but it's got good points for you. Here we go for 1 point. 80s TV. Before Frasier got his own show, he was one of the patrons. Adam?
Cheers.
Yeah. I didn't think I was going to get through that whole clue. Yes, 1 point. Cheers is correct. The Boston bar on this show. Well done. 80s TV for 2. Rue McClanahan played Aunt Fran. Megan?
I was going to say Golden Girls, but I buzzed in too quick.
Okay, a break for the red team. I'll read the entire clue. Rue McClanahan played Aunt Fran, and Vicki Lawrence was the title character on this 80s sitcom. The red team can consult.
So you guys, we can unmute here and talk for a second.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Mama's Family.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
That's our final answer. Mama's Family.
Mama's Family is correct. Megan, that was a very bold try. And I think the Aunt Fran, you realized a little too late what that was. But no harm, no foul. Just 2 points. Lots more to go. Here we go. 80s TV for 3. John Goodman played the husband of the title character, Yamil.
Roseanne.
Roseanne. It debuted in 1988 and came back for good or ill this year. Okay. 80s TV for 4. Bruce Willis and Sybil Shepherd were an unlikely Mark.
Moonlighting.
Moonlighting is right. Remember, steals don't count for the buzzer. It's just 2 times buzzing in. And I'm going to ask everybody to be watchful and for you to self-police, because that's the biggest no-no in the tournament, other than consulting, which is also a no-no. Here we go. 80s TV for 5 points. This 80s detective show used the same production facilities in Hawaii that were used for the old, Mark?
Magnum PI.
That's right. The old Hawaii 5-0. That was a bold guess, and that is correct. Okay. We go into our third category, and I should never have these before lunch. It's all delicious. AL is in quotes. It's all delicious. So AL will be at the beginning of each response. For 1 point, named for a Roman restaurateur, this simple dish is known for its sauce of butter. Emil?
Alfredo.
I'll take it. Fettuccine Alfredo, but Alfredo is the sauce, and that is 1 point. It's all AL delicious for 2. It's the protein in egg whites. It's the protein in egg whites. Jen?
All of them?
Incorrect. Over to the red team. It's the protein in egg whites.
Albumin.
Albumin is right for 2 points. And
Okay.
that's my blunder there. We do want the captain to say final answer and give the thing, but it's early and I don't think it's going to affect the game too much, but I'll be careful too. Okay, here we go for 3 points in It's All Delicious. This Italian term is used to describe pasta, Megan.
Al dente.
Al dente is right. Very good. 3 points for the blue team. It's AL all delicious for 4. Reptilian name for an avocado. Mark?
Alligator.
Incorrect. To break for the blue team. Reptilian name for an avocado. You have 10 seconds. You may consult and pass or go.
I think it's alligator pear.
I'm willing to go with that. Any other ideas from blue team? All right, we're going with alligator pear.
Final answer?
Yep.
That's correct. It is an alligator pear. I never knew that. Oh, that's a big break for the blue team, although it is still early. Lots of points coming up. Here we go. It's all delicious for 5. Told you this was going to be a good match. Made from pimento berry, it's so named because it tastes like nutmeg, cinnamon, and cloves. Megan?
Allspice.
Allspice is right. And the blue team, which has been lagging a little bit, is now within 1 point. I always announce the score every 3 categories. The Eradicators, 19. Taste the Brainbow, 18. I told you this was going to be a good match. Okay, we go into poets and poetry. Notice they don't say fun with poets and poetry. It's just poets and poetry. Here we go for 1 point. This Walden prose master wrote less well-remembered poems like Within the Circuit. Mark?
It was Thoreau.
Thoreau is correct. Within the Circuit of This Plodding Life is a poem I think would not be much fun to read at all, but you are correct for 1 point. Poets and poetry for 2. Lord Byron wrote wistfully, quote, I am ashes where once I was this. Lord Byron wrote wistfully, I am ashes where once I was, Mary?
Fire.
Fire is right. That is a triple stumper. So they got it wrong on the show. That's very good. And the score is now tied. Poets and poetry for 3. First name of the 16th and 17th century poet whose hymn to God the Father uses the word done 7 times in 18 lines. Mark?
John Donne.
John Donne is right. John Donne. So that is kind of fun, knowing that Donne appeared 7 times in 18 lines. And John Donne is right.
I think you just accidentally wrote a poem, Bob.
I think I might have. I think I might have, at least a haiku. Mark is out of this category, so the others on his team are going to have to pull their weight. Here we go, poets and poetry for 4. This lake poet married Mary Hutchinson, of whom he wrote, "She was a phantom of delight." This lake poet married Mary Hutchinson, of whom he wrote, Mary?
William Wordsworth.
Yeah, when you talk about lake poets, you're really talking about Wordsworth. That's right. Wordsworth is correct for 4 points. And for the first time, Taste the Rainbow's in the lead by 1 point. Finally, 5 points in Poets and Poetry. Editor Harriet Monroe said this man, quote, has an eccentric system of typography which intrudes itself irritatingly. Editor Harriet Monroe said this man, quote, Jen?
I'm gonna go with E.E. Cummings.
That's right for 5 points. Cummings is the correct response. Okay. Next category, 1 to 5 points. It's a disaster. It's a disaster for 1 point. A coal mine explosion in this state's town of Monongah claimed 362 lives in 1907. A coal mine explosion in this state's town of Monongah claimed 362 lives in 1907. 5 seconds. Time. Chris, Wilmelin? Any guesses? Anybody who didn't buzz in want to take a shot now?
Is it Pennsylvania?
Nope. But no points lost because time had been called. The other big coal mining state, West Virginia.
It's just the name threw me.
Got me. Yeah, I was like, oh, Monongahela.
No. Pennsylvania was the wrong answer on the show, if that's any consolation. But no points involved. Here we go. It's a disaster for 2. The last major eruption of Mount St. Helens was in this presidential election year. The last, Mark?
Was 1980.
1980 is right for 2 points. It's a disaster for 3. Spectacular May 1937 newsreel footage showed this New Jersey air disaster. Adam?
The Hindenburg.
The Hindenburg crash is correct for 3 points. Somebody is unmuted, and we all have to mute. Okay, good. Thank you. Not as much of a disaster, Adam, as Anne Bancroft's hat and hairdo in the movie The Hindenburg. But that's just my point of view. Okay, the disaster. It's a disaster for 4. The score is still very tight. Among the deadliest of its kind on record, one of these, named Mitch, engulfed Central America in October. Yamil?
A hurricane.
Hurricane is right, 1998. Hurricane Mitch in Central America. Finally, for 5 points in It's a Disaster. Called the worst industrial accident in history, a poisonous gas leak in this Indian city in December 1984 killed thousands. Mary?
It's so weird. I don't get a sound when I hit buzz. I can't hear it. Bhopal.
Bhopal is right for 5 points. Oh,
I can't hear it when other people buzz in either.
Well, usually you can't because they're all muted. That's the way it should be. Yeah, it's very weird. I think when everybody is properly muted, Mary, we don't know. I don't hear any buzzes either. I just go by the name that flashes. Okay, we're good. But Bhopal was very good. Okay, here we go. Our last category in the first round. A good one to follow. It's a disaster. Be prepared. Be prepared. For 1 point. In 1789, George Washington said, quote, to be prepared for war is one of the most effectual means of preserving this. Jen?
Peace.
Peace is right for 1 point. Be prepared for 2 points. He remarked, one word sums up the responsibility of any vice president, and that one word is to be prepared. He remarked, one word sums up, Mark?
Dan Quayle?
Yes. That's right, Dan Quayle. That one word is to be prepared. Correct. Dan Quayle is right. Be prepared for 3 points. Semper paratus, meaning always prepared, is the motto of this branch. Kristen?
The U.S. Coast Guard.
If you'd gotten that one wrong, that's right. Triple stumper on the show, Chris. Well done. The U.S. Coast Guard, Semper paratus. Be prepared for 4. This youth organization, the FFA, prepares young people for careers in agriculture. This youth, Chris?
Future Farmers of America.
That is right. 4 more points for the red team. And you are out of the final clue in this category for 5 points.
Bob, can I call a timeout real quick? It looks like Mary's buzzer dropped. I'm not seeing her name, and that'll be important.
Okay. We always want to pause for that sort of glitch.
Sorry, guys. I don't know why I have so many buzzer issues.
Are you Wi-Fi?
I think that I'm finally hardwired in. I dropped completely out of Zoom a little while back. That's why I was unmuted.
Okay.
Am I showing up now?
Yes.
Can I test?
Yeah, do a test.
Sure. Go ahead and test it. But you're very much there. We even heard your buzz, but that's because you were unmuted.
That's why I couldn't hear before, by the way.
All right. Everybody mute. Chris, you have to mute. Everybody mute. Chris, do you know, Chris Montante, do you know the shortcut for Macs? I know for PCs, it's Alt-A for quick muting.
Unfortunately, I don't know the hotkey for Macs for muting. I can look it up, then I'll put it in chat.
That's good. Okay. Here we go. Our last clue in Be Prepared. Did you know that, by the way, that the first Roadrunner cartoon was called Beep Prepared? It's true. Here we go. Be prepared for 5 points. There was a method to his 1936 book, An Actor Prepares. Jen.
Stanislavski.
Konstantin Stanislavski is right. Oh my goodness. There's a 1-point gap between the two teams. The Eradicators 41, Taste the Brainbow 40. Oh, I love it. But scores could marginally change with our Kaplan crowdsourced potpourri. And I put together these questions last night, and I like them. So here we go. 3 points apiece, 15 points to be distributed here. 3 points apiece. Here we go. Kaplan crowdsourced potpourri. For 3 points. This area of Brooklyn is thought to have been named for its large number of wild rabbits. This area of Brooklyn, Chris.
Now I'm just wrong. Dumbo?
No.
I don't got anything now.
I know it.
Blue team, you may consult.
Coney Island.
Is that a rabbit thing? That's amazing.
I need the final answer or pass from the captain.
It's like a British slang.
Oh, well, that's cool. I'll go with it. Final answer, Coney Island.
Coney Island is right. Coney catching means rabbit hunting, and they should call Australia Coney Continent because their rabbits are out of control there. Andrew Gross sent in that one. That's a 6-point swing, all told, but lots more points ahead. Here we go for another 3 points. In this number Rocky sequel, Mr. T first announced, "I pity the fool." Mark.
Rocky 3.
Rocky 3 is correct for 3 points.
Doubted myself at the last second.
No. Matt Belinky sent that one in. Okay. For 3 points. Melatonin is a hormone produced in this gland located on the back portion of the third cerebral ventricle of the brain. Melatonin, Yamil?
The pineal gland.
Pineal gland is right. 3 points. Pineal gland. Rochelle sent that one in. Okay. Listen carefully, teams, for this next 3-point clue. Here we go. The two letter C vegetables traditionally diced together in the flavor base for stocks and sauces known as mirepoix. Megan.
Celery and carrots.
That is right. Celery and carrots. Onions are the third, and sometimes in Cajun Creole cuisine, they add bell peppers. But in researching this, I found that it's 2 parts onions to 1 part each of celery and carrots. Very good. Well done. That's 3 points. John Fulford sent in that tasty clue. And now our final clue for 5 points. The people of this self-governing British Crown dependency are known as the Manx. The people of this self-governing British Crown dependency are known as the Manx. 5 seconds. Time. Chris or Wilma Lynn, the teams haven't given you much of a chance to weigh in, or anybody may take a guess. Luke Salava will be happy that he stumped you. Those are the inhabitants of the Isle of Man. The Isle of Man are known, the people there are known as the Manx. Okay. Woo, as if all this weren't close and exciting enough, and don't you think it ought to be, we have the possibility of a tie for the first time in TPT because both teams have even numbered scores and they're so close. Taste the Brainbow 46, the Eradicators 44. Trust me, folks, the lead has been going back and forth throughout. And we, as Alex is wont to say, the points are doubled and the scores could really change. So good luck to both teams, but thank you in advance for giving us a great match. Here we go with the Double Jeopardy round. Our first category for 2 to 10 points, starting with 2, is capital rivers. Capital rivers. I'll give you the capital. You give us the river. For 2 points, Cairo. Cairo. Yamil.
The Nile River.
Correct for 2 points. And that ties it up. Capital rivers for 4, Belgrade. Belgrade. Time. Also associated with Vienna, it's the beautiful blue Danube, the Danube. Capital rivers for 6 points. Phnom Penh. Phnom Penh. Triple stumper on the show as well. Chris, Wilmelin, Phnom Penh?
Mekong?
Nope. The Mekong is right. Good, Chris. Mekong, the Mekong Delta, the Mekong River. Okay. Capital rivers for 8 points. Warsaw. Warsaw. Time. No, Phnom Penh, the Mekong and this one were triple stumpers on the show, so no embarrassment here. The Warsaw is on the Vistula River. Finally, for 10 points, could make a big difference in the game, capital rivers, Bamako, Mali. Bamako, Mali. Mary.
The Niger.
The Niger is correct for 10 points. Oh, that was clutch, Mary. Very good. The Niger River.
I have a question about the score. I thought we were up 46-44 and I got the 2-point question, but they gave it to them.
It was the other way around. We were 46.
Oh, you were up 46-44?
Yeah, okay. We were up 2 going into the second half.
All right, got it. Thanks.
It looked good to me, but I have to confess that I'm, focusing on other stuff. So, all eyes are on the buzzer. So we all have to be vigilant. Be prepared. But thank you for bringing it. Never hesitate to bring up an anomaly that you think is there. Okay. Our next category, that's entertainment. That's entertainment. For 2 points. In a 2011 film, Leighton Meester does more to annoy Minka Kelly than borrow her sweaters as this title character. In a 2011 film, Yamil?
The Roommate.
The Roommate. Yes. I sympathize with you totally, Emil. I watch The Devil Wears Prada every time it's on. The Roommate. Okay, here we go for 4 points. The largest Hollywood soundstage, actually the largest soundstage in the Western Hemisphere, was used to film Men in Black 1 and 2, the Spider-Man films, and this 1939 magical classic MGM musical. The largest soundstage in the Western Hemisphere was used, Mark?
The Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz is right for 4 points. Does anybody still watch The Wizard? Nobody sees The Wizard. Nobody, not know how.
My 6-year-old loved it.
Just looking for a chance to do my Frank Morgan. Okay, here we go. Here we go. That's entertainment for 6. It's 1:15. I'm a little drunk. Time for this Lady Antebellum hit, a big winner at the Grammys in 2011. It's 1:15. I'm a little drunk. Time for this Lady Antebellum hit, a big winner at the Grammys in 2011. Divs.
Need You Now?
Very good. Need You Now. And I'm impressed, not just because you got it, but that was a triple stumper on the show years ago when they were much closer to the Grammys. So that's really great. Well done.
Why is that one so hard? It was the weirdest thing. I could like hear the music playing in my head, but I couldn't
Yeah,
hear the word.
same. It was so hard.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it was I need you now or need you now. So I didn't want to.
No. That was wise. That was prudent there, Adam. Okay, here we go for 8 points. This Army-based comic strip was the last one approved by William Randolph Hearst. Mark?
Beetle Bailey.
Beetle Bailey is right for 8 points. Beetle Bailey. Marching since 1950, by the way. The poor guy's still a private. Okay, finally, that's entertainment for 10 points. This Queen of Mean is a regular on Comedy Central's Roasts. This Queen of Mean is a regular on Comedy Central's Roasts. Mary?
Lisa Lampanelli.
That is right for 10 points. Lisa Lampanelli. Okay, next category. Mysterious category. And in other news. And in other news. Here we go for 2 points. Oh, I get it. You'll get it too. The autumn of 1989 felt a symbolic one of these in Berlin and a literal one in California on October 17th. Kristen?
Earthquake?
That's right for 2 points. Maybe I didn't get it. Okay, but you did, and that's the important thing for 2 points. And in other news for 4. In the US, oh, I get it. In the US, 1812 means war. In this country, it means the constitution that established its parliament, the Cortes. In the US, 1812 means war. Yamil?
Spain?
Spain is right for 4 points. I guess each one has like a change or an other in it. Well, anyway, for 6 points. Well done. In 1776, Timur Shah moved his capital from Kandahar to this present-day world capital. In 1776, Timur Shah moved his capital from Kandahar to this present-day world capital. 5 seconds. Yamil?
I'm going to go with Kabul.
Kabul is right for 6 points, and you are out of this category. Okay. Only 2 more clues, though, for 8 points. 1066 brought the royal wedding of German King Henry IV and this daughter of the Count of Savoy. No word on how big she was. 1066 brought the royal wedding of German King Henry IV and this daughter of the Count of Savoy. No word on how big she was. 5 seconds. Jen?
Catherine the Great.
Incorrect. We have to
Sorry, y'all.
subtract 8 points. Red team, you may consult. Break for you.
Does anybody get anything what that big clue is about?
The only thing that comes to mind is Bertha. That
I was thinking Big Bertha, but that's.
I highly doubt that's it.
It's the only thing that big thing would give me.
It occurred to 3 of us, is why, because it occurred to me too.
I have no idea whether it's right or wrong, but
I think
we can go for it. I mean, what else could be?
Pass, yeah.
I'm going to pass.
All right, your choice.
Yeah, we'll pass. Well, hopefully
that's a relief because Henry IV married Bertha. Bertha, the daughter of the Count of Savoy. Big Bertha was correct after all. Okay. It's trying not to reveal anything. All right. Now, if I do this, I can't get away with that. So I just have to have poker face. Here we go. And another news for 10. In 1914, James Joyce finally found a publisher for this collection of stories about the people of his native city. Jen.
Dubliners.
Dubliners is right for 10 points. And I finally got the category. There were big things that happened in 1066. This was a minor one. Okay. At the end of the third category, how much closer can it get? Taste the Brainbow 74, the Eradicators 72. Separated by 2 points with 3 categories to go. This is one for the record books, one for the archives. Our next category, legislative legacies. Legislative legacies for 2 points. Gaylord Nelson, the father of Earth Day, also helped get through this 1973 act keeping critters from going extinct. Gaylord Nelson, the father of Earth Day, also helped get through this 1973 act keeping critters from going extinct. Jen.
Endangered Species Act.
That is right for 2 points. The Endangered Species Act. Legislative legacies for 4 points. Galusha Grow was the father of this 1862 law giving Western land to anyone who would settle and improve it. Galusha Grow was the father of this 1862 law giving Western land to anyone who would settle and improve it. Yamil.
The Homestead Act.
That is right for 4 points. The Eradicators tie it up. The Homestead Act. Well done. Legislative legacies for 6 points. As a senator, Hillary Clinton and this fellow New Yorker secured $20 million for New York's recovery after 9/11. Yamil?
Chuck Schumer.
Chuck Schumer is right for 6 points. And you are out of the category, my friend, for 2 more clues. Here we go. Legislative legacies for 8. This Minnesotan put his name on the act that provided for enforcing prohibition. This Minnesotan put his name on the act that provided for enforcing prohibition. Mary.
Volstead Act.
Volstead is correct. Andrew Volstead. And Taste the Brainbow pulls back, pulls ahead, 2 more points. Here we go for 10 points. In 1947, this senator and Representative Hartley teamed up to regulate labor union activities. In 1947, this senator and Representative Hartley teamed up to regulate labor union activities. 5 seconds. Mari?
Taft.
The Taft-Hartley Act. Taft is correct for 10 points. Robert Taft. Okay, going into the last 2 categories. We have Taste the Brainbow 94, Eradicators 82. Plenty of time. It's either team's game. Our next category is goulash. Goulash. Here we go for 2 points. Cerulean, a shade of this color, is derived from a Latin word meaning sky or heavens. Devs?
Blue.
Blue is right for 2 points. Cerulean blue. Goulash for 4. After a little trouble staying on the ballot, he was easily elected mayor of Chicago in 2011. After a little trouble, Yamil?
It's Obama's Rahm Emanuel.
Yes, that's right. Rahm Emanuel's correct for 4 points. All right, every point counts at this stage. Goulash for 6. This type of glass decoration is made by wrapping a paper pattern around the glass and dipping it in acid. This type, Adam?
Embossing.
Incorrect. It's a break for the blue team. I'll repeat it. This type of glass decoration is made by wrapping a paper pattern around the glass and dipping it in acid. Team, you may consult for 10 seconds.
Anybody got anything? Looks like no. I guess we will pass.
Okay, it is the decoration is called etch. Etch. Okay, everybody muted. We go back to Goulash for 8. Roskilde Cathedral has been the burial place for this nation's monarchs since the 16th century. Roskilde Cathedral has been the burial place for this nation's monarchs since the 16th century. 5 seconds. Time. Not a lot of help in the clue, and it was a triple stumper on the show. Roskilde Cathedral is in Denmark. Denmark. You either knew that one or you didn't. I did not, and neither did any of you or the people on the show. So there you go. The clue writer's screwed up. Here we go. Goulash for 10. The name of this scientific order to which caimans belong is from the Greek for pebble of worms. Emil.
I know this. It's crocodilians.
That's right. Crocodilians is correct for 10 points. And that removes quite a bit of a gap. We go into the final category.
That's under the category things you know when you live in Florida.
I guess so. Lucky for the red team, which now is only trailing by 6 points. The Eradicators 90, Taste the Brainbow 96. We have 30 points in the 5 categories here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 30 at stake. Good luck to both teams. This has been an incredible match. For the category is double the W. Double the W. Double the W. Here we go. Good luck, teams, for 2 points. When this bird comes back to Capistrano, you'll see that it's a cliff one. Kristen.
Swallow.
Swallow is the word with the double W's. Swallow. Very good. 2 points for the red team. Double the W for 4. When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go to this main business section of a city. Emil?
Downtown.
Downtown is the double W. With that, the Eradicators tie it up, 96 to 96. Double the W for 6. TV's Carol Brady was one before she met Mike. Kristen?
Widow.
She was a widow, and you are out of this category, but you pulled your weight. That's 6 points. Very important. Okay. Double the W for 8. There are about 300 species of this tree that usually grows near water. Jen.
Willow.
Willow is right for 8 points. And we have Taste the Brainbow, 104, the Eradicators 102, with 1 clue remaining. 1 clue remaining. The category, double the W. Only Kristen is out. Everybody's eligible. Good luck to both teams. Here's the final clue in double the W. This word means lacking dexterity and can also describe a difficult social situation. Yamil.
Awkward.
That is right. Awkward is correct. And at the last moment, on the last clue, the red team squeaks past the blue team, 112 to 104. What a match. Really great job from everybody. Terrific. One of the very best we've ever had. You all did yourselves proud, and Taste the Brainbow Both of you was this a redemption game or a?
It sure was. So I guess we remain unredeemed.
Oh well, you were a force to be reckoned with, and it came down to the one question, and both teams did very, very proudly. Congratulations to both, and thank you to Chris for filling in for Dan, and to Wilma Lynn for the scorekeeping, and everybody. You all did great.
Good game, guys. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Great game, guys. Great game.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.